What's going down? What's going down, gents? Pleasant good morning to everybody. H Money in the house. Hardest working man in the YouTube boxing community. Trust me. Subscribe to H Money, Red Glove Militant, the man with all the bad videos, and parody videos, and Santos. Santos, where you been, man? You've been a bit scarce, Mr. Santos. Where you been? What's up, everybody? Y'all hearing me? Y'all hearing me? Okay. So nah, just quickly, I wanted to talk about. Okay, so now we got the Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant fight finalized. I remember Regis Progress was on an interview and he was saying, him and Mikey Garcia and them are kind of waiting to see what happens with Canelo because what he does dictates the boxing schedule because of the space that he's going to command and the type of money that he's going to command. He's going to free up somebody's budget. So we've seen that PBC is going to pay Canelo what he wants and whatever happened, and he's going to go over to Fox and PBC to do that pay-per-view. This now frees up Golden Boy and frees up Matchroom on dazn to actually put out a fall schedule that we've been all waiting on, right? Because their whole summer schedule, has been kind of lacking in a way. So we're really hoping that the fall schedule for dazn picks up in a big way. And now they don't have to pay Canelo, $40 million or whatever. That money could be distributed, equitably to bring some good fights to the platform. Now, dazn, hold on. Santos says, I got into over-the-road truck driving. However, I got a better offer at a local job last week, so I'm back home now. As in, are you the reason why I can't get my Amazon packages? Is that what you're doing? Listen, I've been waiting on my goddamn Xbox One, new Xbox One, and I can't get it, Santos. Listen, you need to drive that truck, sir. Knew it was you. Anyway, so all I'm saying is dazn, can now announce a fall schedule that we can get excited for, right? So I'm just saying, hauling plants, palm trees and shit. Okay, Santos, cool. And I'm just wondering what fights can we get on that fall schedule. We know in September, the AJ Usyk fight is going to be happening, but that's in England. So we're hoping to see some stuff happening in America for the American fans that they can attend themselves. We know that there are places in America that are opening up for fans, and people want boxing there. We know in England, they've pretty much opened up the country for live audiences. So they've been having that over there. But we know in America, they've been having fans for a while, like in Texas, and I think Miami's having fans. So what can we expect from the dazn fall schedule? I was on Twitter and I saw a certain account. I'm gonna share the account. I think it's Everything Boxing or something. And they put up some fights that they would like to see on the fall schedule. And I thought it was a pretty decent list, right? So let me share the screen. If anybody want to get on, here's the link, because you already know this is not going to be very long. I just want to talk about this and fights that we want to see in the fall schedule. Know that Canelo has made his decision. He's freed up space, or everybody knows what time frame he's going to be in, and everybody knows the budget now is going to be spent over at Fox. So Let me share the screen. So here we go. So of course we got the Garcia versus Prograis, which is pretty much the fight that I want to see mostly this fall. Since that fight was announced, I've been excited for that fight. Regis Prograis said that they're pretty much waiting on Canelo to make his decision as to what he's gonna do, because that fight would affect other fights in terms of the scheduling and budget and all that. Next, you got the person has Andre Eubank. We know Eubank is still in the gym. I'm not sure what Wasserman and them are doing with Eubank, because Kell Brook, they were trying to call out Kell Brook. Kell Brook is trying to fight Amir Khan again. Golovkin fight's not there. Golovkin's going to fight Murata in December. That leaves Eubank open. We know his brother just died, but I saw, recent videos. He's in the gym. He's training. So we're hoping something happens with the Andre Eubank fight. Haney versus Diaz. H Money, maybe you can shed some light on the Haney versus Diaz possibility. They're talking about Jojo Diaz here. What's the possibility of that? They spoke about, they listed the Bivol versus Zerdo. We know Zerdo has finally said he wants to fight after his last fight. Bivol don't have no opponent. So we know Bivol needs something, and this is a fight that should have happened a while ago. So I'm hoping this fight gets made. The Estrada versus Chocolatito 3 fight. This fight just kind of went silent. Like, after the second fight, we were excited, and they were going to make the WBC was going to do some franchise shit to allow the fight to happen, etc., etc. But this fight just has gone really silent. We haven't heard anything about it. You know what I'm saying? Golovkin, Murata. I don't think Matchroom is paying for this. I think it's going to be on DAZN, but it's going to be over in Japan. So let's hope that happens. So it has Elwin Soto versus Ryota Kuraguchi. And I'm not sure what's happening with these fights. I think this is a good list. This is a good list. Are there any more fights that we want to add to this list as to what could happen? Because remember, that $40 million is not going to be borne by DAZN, right? That $40 million is going to be borne by PBC Fox. So what fights can DAZN give us in the fall that we are excited for? It's good, Black.
What's up? Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, man. Go ahead. What's up? What's up?
What's going on, man? I was listening to you though.
Yeah. So I just thought it was a good post by the person. I said, let me share it because they made a good point. So the Canelo fight is announced. So now that pretty much gives everybody their schedule as to, because obviously you don't want to put your fight too close to that.
Right,
So
right.
so now you know the schedule. DAZN don't have to pay that. Fox is paying that. So out of all those fights, are there other fights that you want to see in the fall that we can get on DAZN, Black? Did you see the list, or are you driving?
I'm driving, but I was hearing you mention some of them. You mentioned Haney, Diaz possibility. What else did you mention?
Andre Eubank,
Okay.
Zerdo, Bivol,
Oh, most definitely. I would want to see that in the fall for sure.
Garcia versus Prograis.
Okay. Oh wow. So they're gonna try to put that on the zone?
Yeah, remember it was Eddie was trying to get them done because Eddie has rights on Mikey Garcia's next fight. And Prograis
Oh,
has said he's not a PBC fighter and he can fight on his own. But Prograis was on saying like, he can, they're pretty much waiting on Canelo to say when he's gonna fight, so they know
yeah.
when to place the fight, and it'll make it easier to organize whatever. But a lot of these fights have been talked about before and have gone quiet, right? The Chocolatito 3 Estrada fight. That's gone quiet. You know, so Haney
Yeah,
versus
yeah, that's crazy. Right, that did go quiet, man. I don't know what happened with that Chocolatito Estrada. Damn, forgot about that. Because they were supposed to have that go happen. Because they franchised Estrada. They were supposed to make that happen, and then Rungvisai, I think, was supposed to be automatic mandatory
yeah.
after that to that franchise champ, whoever wins.
No, well, they're going to allow Rung Vasai to have the actual championship belt, franchise
Right.
Chocolatito or Estrada, so the fight can
Straight,
happen,
yeah.
and then Rung Vasai fights the winner to just tie everything up,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, right, right.
BN Boxing News says Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. Has Ryan Garcia even announced the fight? Hey, Black and Brown, you're here just in time. Can you speak on your man Ryan Garcia, please? Hold on, I got Crystal Face. What's up, man? How you doing?
Yes,
Nah,
you forgot to mention my fight coming up with the Richard Comey, I believe, and it will be magnificent.
Yeah, that ain't
Yes,
on the zone.
he gonna box that man with sandals on.
that is right. My box runner sandals. Yes.
What's up,
All
Arnold of
hard.
Xboxes? Who's this though? Who's this though?
It's me.
Yeah,
It's me
somebody.
again.
I want
Him
my
again.
goddamn Xbox. Hey Santos, you need to go back and get the goddamn truck, bro.
We're all out of Xboxes.
This is some
Yeah.
bullshit, man. Hey,
PS5s.
what's up, John DB? How you doing, man? Ahab's in the house. Yeah, so we're basically talking about $40 million is now going to be borne by Fox PBC. We know that the fight signed November 6th. Now it frees up the zone, who was the other person involved in this situation, to make some fights for the fall. It's in the summer now. They need to announce some fights so people can get excited for the fall schedule. Did y'all hear the fights that this person suggested that we need to get in the fall? Or should I read them again?
I didn't hear it, so go ahead and read them.
Right. So it's from a Twitter page called Everything Boxing, and I thought it was a good post, so I said let me read it out here. So they were saying Garcia versus Prograis, Andre Eubank, Haney versus Diaz. I guess that's Jojo Diaz. BN Boxing News says he wants Haney versus Ryan Garcia, but we don't even know what the hell Ryan Garcia is doing. Bival versus Zerdo, Estrada versus Chocolatito 3, Golovkin Murata, and Soto versus Kyoguchi. What y'all think about that list, and anything else y'all would like to add to that?
Shoot, I definitely like to see the Castano and Charlo part 2. But that'd be on PVC, right?
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah.
And
You
then they
said that's
ordered the
not happening?
mandatory already for Jamel. They ordered the mandatory, I think, for Jamel.
And Castano gonna have to fight a mandatory more than likely, so that's not gonna happen no time soon.
Oh yeah, and
Hey,
the
but
Mando Zoo. Yeah, Mando's Tim Zoo, right?
Oh,
No,
snap.
I don't know if it's Tim Zoo, but somebody gonna have to fight that dude.
Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Hey, actual, I had a dream last night. This shit sound crazy,
Yeah.
but Zoo was in my motherfucking dream, but he was talking cash shit. I mean, like talking cash shit about like every fighter at fucking 54, man, and was saying, this going in on each fighter. That's crazy. I just had that random memory. Like, damn, this dude Zoo was going off in my dream. So I
Yeah,
don't know. Can't wait to see him back in there.
Danny's going to 154, and we're gonna fight him. You know what I'm saying? We go to fucking Australia, and we're gonna fight that freaking kangaroo herder. You understand? Bring that WBO back to Philly, baby.
Strong ass kangaroo, man. Kangaroo workouts official.
And we talked about that kangaroo shit recently, remember?
That Australian strength. Hey, but Iron Kong, man, like, so What did you hear? What's the different? What was the difference maker in Canelo making up his mind this time to sign with this
I don't
fight,
know.
this one fight deal with PBC? I've
I don't
heard
know.
rumors of 3-fight deal, but it's one
I,
fight, right?
I don't know. I don't know what it was. All I know is that it was signed. That I don't think anything has been announced or nothing. Maybe Caleb Plant needs to run to the media and say what happened. Remember when it fell through? Caleb Plant went straight to the media. Oh, it's not me. It's not me. Now it's signed. He's not saying nothing. So whatever. You know.
Well, that's how it is though. People only talk when it's negative. So it's just when the fight when just being real, like the fight fell through the first time, he had a lot to say. And it's not this ain't a jab at Plant. This is just how it is in media in general. Like if there's negative news to report, it gets so much energy. When it's positive news, it's like a whisper.
That's why what's his name said, he don't think the fight's dead. Maybe we need to just, move off the date and go back to the drawing board. What's his name? Eddie Hearn. He said the fight's not dead. Let's just move off the date and try again. That's what he said.
However,
What happened?
however it got done, man. I'm proud of Canelo stepping up. He actually cleaning out the division and going after undisputed. This is big for Mexico. A lot of them people was double talking. They was at first they were saying shit like, what, man, Canelo don't need undisputed, man. He can go up and still gonna get a bigger bag than Plant. And it wasn't even about that. It was about this man just being great and putting icing on the cake on his legacy. And that's the dope thing about it. But we gotta give props to PBC. Gonna have to do that because they gave us what, 2 undisputeds this year?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they attempted to give us two.
We didn't get a
So
winner, but they gave us 2
yeah,
matchups.
yeah, two matchups. We do got to give them, credit for that. If we didn't, we'd just be some haters. But yeah, shout out to
I'm just
PBC.
saying, you gotta get credit for it. I'm gonna be real. The zone last year was hot. This year, it ain't that hot, man. They not.
Oh yeah, yeah. The
Like
zone was
Iron Cone was
bullshit.
talking about that list, man. Like hopefully, shoulda, coulda, woulda, hoping and wishing we get one of them fights made. I mean, I
I'm
doubt
saying though,
Demetrius
because
Eubank get made.
you don't have to carry that burden. You don't have to carry that no more. That you know, BBC is going to carry that 40 million, whatever, and you're now freed up to do something big for the fall. To do some, you don't have that one big fight, but you could have a lot of good, solid fights for the fall and keep eyes locked on you. So I'm really wondering like what they're gonna do because the summer schedule ain't been all that, but the fall schedule could be something special. But a lot of these fights have been talked about before, but have gone quiet. I'm wondering if, I mean, like Progress said, everybody was just kind of waiting on to see what this dude is gonna do so they can schedule around him. Because let's not be stupid here. You're not gonna schedule your shit to in any way clash with Canelo doing anything. You're not gonna do it. So I'm just wondering what these people can do to get their self organized and get back to what it was last year or early this year. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Yeah.
do you think Canelo fans is gonna be buying the pay-per-views, man?
They'll buy it.
Oh,
Yeah,
they all,
they're gonna buy it.
trust
Okay,
me.
so with that being said, you don't think that they're gonna try to second guess because they support PBC out handling them? Uh-oh.
No, they'll buy they'll buy for Canelo. The problem comes is that just how much pay-per-views is that gonna do, right? Because this is gonna be what, $80, maybe
That's
more.
right. $80. Look, I know I said it like 3 years ago that pay-per-view was dead. Well, pay-per-view was dead unless Canelo was involved. That's the truth.
Oh God.
He may not be
Damn.
saying that now that Canelo's not with him. So
He
Hey,
still
hey, hey, actual, you think after he get a taste of the pay-per-view bread, he got this what 40 million guaranteed. I don't know what kind of money Canelo gonna make when it's done, but you think he gonna stay around with PBC or go back to businessman Eddie?
Got to see what the numbers do, man. If the numbers do well, he might just stay around. If that check is looking good from Mr. Heyman and them, and they can turn over them the backdoor money, the hot dog stand and the beer money and the parking lot money, and put that to Canelo's, wire that to him, and it's looking gravy. Then, yeah, it's a possibility that he continues a relationship with the PBC and pay per view and Fox. Maybe.
Hey, Full Out Sports. I don't know about this comment,
Wow.
bro. Full Out Sports said, people say I'm crazy, but Andre Ward comes out of retirement and beats Canelo. Nah.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
Who
I don't
knows,
think
man?
I
That's a
don't think
stretch.
Andre Ward comes out of retirement and beats Canelo.
Period. Now, if it's
Do you
worth
think
it
he
though,
could
if it's
beat?
good.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead, my
Black.
bad.
My bad. No, my question was just going to be: do you think he could beat Canelo and he just won't come out of retirement? Because I think he can, but I don't think he will come out of retirement.
Well, he already said if he comes out of retirement, he'll fight Anthony Joshua and he'll do this and that to Anthony Joshua. Let me tell you something, man. You come out of retirement and fight Anthony Joshua. You listen. Anyway.
He can be looking like Charles Martin.
All right then. Just chill. You fight Canelo. Just fight Canelo. Okay. Full Out Sports says he can
Okay.
beat Canelo. Okay, I mean, I'm not saying. I mean, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
he
Uh,
ain't
I'm,
coming out
I'm
of retirement, but
I'm
yeah,
not gonna lie to you. I mean, people try and give Canelo a lot of shit, but that motherfucker could fight. So, you know,
hell yeah. He can go up nine. He can go, up and down weight classes, man.
you can fight. I'm
Do
not
that.
going. I mean, he do a lot of diva shit, but one thing I'm not gonna say is that he can't fight. That dude can fight. So,
Yeah, you gotta be stupid to say he can't fight.
you
Shit,
know,
Yeah.
that's dumb.
he can fight. But hey, so I'm saying though, the zone fall schedule again. What fights are we would like to see on the fall schedule to make it worth me keeping this goddamn subscription? It's not a lot of money for me. I mean, it's actually pretty cheap, but I'm just saying. I mean, I need to see better fights than Joe Cordina versus some dude, right? I
Well,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if they could get fucking Triple G in the ring with Andre, I think that would be compelling.
Well, we know that ain't gonna happen. Triple G, apparently the zone already told Triple G they're not paying for that goddamn middle fight because he wanted to fight some nobody. They're not paying him for that. And he said, well, fine, I'm not gonna fight. And he's just gonna fight Murata in December. So this is a
That man
man,
sat the whole year out
a
to fight
whole
in December.
year, whole year, bro.
Like you
Aob
said,
said, Aob said a Bival unification. Well, that can't happen because the WBC just announced Marcus Brown to fight Beterbiev
what?
as a mandatory. That's not gonna happen.
Oh,
And Joe Smith's people have no. He's gonna fight some Umar Salamov, and then he wants to fight Danny Jacobs. So none of these dudes really want to fight Bival. This is what I said. Like Top Rank has 3 of the belts, and they're not even unifying the 3 belts.
PBC doing it this year, man. Top rank slipping. The zone is, I don't know, the zone in the sunken place. Keep it stacked.
AJ versus Usyk is on the zone everywhere except England.
I feel you, but that's just one fight. That's just one
Yeah,
one
No, Uli X
fight.
Games asked that question. I don't know.
and it's not even like I don't want to make it seem like I'm hating on Usyk because I think he's a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a fighter, but he, his greatest work was at cruiserweight. I don't see him doing what he did at cruiserweight and heavyweight. So I don't know. Maybe he'll prove me wrong, but that fight is not. It's enticing, but not like it's. I'll say this: it's not a bad fight, but it ain't a great fight.
Yeah, it's not compelling enough like
Yeah,
that. I mean, I hear what you're saying. It's gonna be viewed a lot of places. AJ's a king, man. I respect AJ. He's the guy. Heavyweight. But this particular fight is not really something that people was really, you know, um, anticipating.
This is what
Yeah.
and
I'm
then I
saying.
think like,
Like
oh shit, AJ Usyk is just
now,
another fight.
now you don't have to pay that Canelo the Canelo cost. You could do a lot of different shit in the fall. Like you could really stack it out in the fall. You know what I mean? You could really do some big shit, like some nice solid stuff in the fall, and keep pretty much keep all the eyes on you. You know, okay, fine. You can't compete with the Canelo fight. Who can? Nobody can. So, therefore, all you do, you now try and stack out the fall schedule with fights people want to see. Ab's just had a recommendation. Bud Porter going to purse bids. Maybe the zone puts in a mega bid. I don't even know.
I mean, didn't they ask? I seen an interview. They asked Eddie Hearn about that, and he said, he hesitated, like as if he ain't thrilled about it. Because I guess he was expecting maybe Canelo was going to go the 75 route or something, but maybe that bread was just the offer was too good to turn down. So it just seemed like some of the fights that could have been made, they were banking on maybe Canelo just staying over there and really helping a platform this year. But what has Canelo really done? So he did the Yildirim and Billy Joe this year, right? For the zone.
Yeah.
That was it. Skirt.
It,
Like,
yeah, because Smith was last year, right? It was like
that was
December of
last year.
last year.
Yeah, Canelo did Yildirim and Billy Joe Saunders.
Bi-
Um,
Billy Joe Saunders fight did some that
that
did
did
some
big numbers. That did big numbers. That did big
that did
numbers.
some numbers.
That did big numbers.
But
I'm not from what people been saying. Canelo really has brought a lot of viewers to the zone. Like a lot of them
yeah,
people came over and they viewed because he fought like 3 straight times. Callum Smith, Yildirim, Billy Joe
hmm
Saunders,
he
right?
was active too. Yep.
Right. So
So for a while, Canelo was bringing some real good traction to the zone, but now he about to, and then what you saying in the fall, like it ain't even looking that hot for the zone. None of
yeah,
them
I
fights
mean
even look all
they,
that hot.
I mean they haven't announced nothing. So I'm really saying like, okay, you don't have to pay this money pay this dude this money. So redistribute that money elsewhere. You know what I mean? Like you can do some nice stuff in the fall, right? You know, you don't have the one big mega fight, but you have the viewers that he brought. You have the viewers, so you have to keep them entertained, right?
hmm Yeah,
I don't
man.
know.
You gotta do something because people. I mean, I stopped. I was for a while. I was consistently paying my DAZN my $20 every month for that. I'm like, this shit ain't really giving me what I want right now. So I'd rather just take that 20 and use the StreamYard shit to get all the other advantages that I can
But
get with that.
you haven't done the yearly subscription. Isn't that cheaper?
It is, but I'm one of them subscribers that's just like, well, what y'all got cracking this month? What y'all
Yeah,
got cracking?
and oh, go ahead, Black. My bad. My bad.
No, I was just responding to Darren Cole. I'm done.
Yeah, I was gonna. I was just gonna piggyback off of what you're saying. Iron Kong. It is cheaper to do the year. Here's the thing though. I did the year late 2019,
That
and then
yearly
I
shit,
got
man. That
screwed.
shit. $20 shit is too.
Yeah, I mean, I could have done what Axel did out the gate, but I just didn't. Because I think
Yeah,
I was doing the $10 a month shit, and then they switched it to 20. And I was like, okay, well, let me see what they got cracking. What like when AJ fights, I'm gonna get it. You know what I mean? I'm an AJ fan. I know AJ gonna bring some big champ shit. Like when Canelo was fighting, I got it for that particular month. But if you ain't got them names, I don't really want to just be told. So even though in the long run I could be paying more money, but I don't really give a shit. It's just if I like it that month, I'll get it. If not, I won't.
yeah. Because like I said, like me, I did the year. It was like late 2019, and then the whole world went on hiatus for some time, and they didn't offer like to add some months on the back end or nothing. So even though it's cheaper, like if y- like if you're going 12 months straight paying $20 a month, yeah, it's cheaper. But if you're just paying for the months that are worth it to you, you're gonna save
Mm.
money.
Yeah, I'm not knocking people that do the yearly, but how much value have they really gotten from the money that they paid for this particular year subscription? Like, what actually are they getting? Like,
Yeah,
are they really getting their money's worth this year?
yeah. I'm not doing
It-
another year until they like prove to me that they're gonna make it worth my while. That's the decision that I made because, like I said, I really don't like how they handled the whole pandemic situation. They could have tried to add, in my opinion, the right thing to do would be to like maybe give you a partial refund or add a couple months on the back end, being that
Yeah.
you didn't get what you paid for. And I understand it. It's a business, and I understand that there were circumstances that were out of their control, but you have control over your business and trying to do something for your consumer base to try to make things as square as you can. I'm not expecting that, okay, 6 months there was no boxing, you're gonna give me 6 months free, but try to do something for me. And they ain't trying to do shit.
Yeah, man, reduce the price something. But anyway,
Yeah.
you know, it's just not looking that great for the zone top rank. Like I mentioned, Joe Joe Smith, better be. It's just like no unifications being made, and that's a hot ass, division right there. A lot of guys on the same side of the street.
I remember they asked Joe DeGuardia because he was in England for the Takam fight, and they asked him, are you gonna let Joe unify? And he was like, yeah, the better beef people don't really want to fight. They've been doing other things. So I think it was Michelle Phillips. She was like, what about Bivol? He was like, Bivol. I was like, yeah, you don't want to fight Bivol.
He beat our ass, beat our ass before, so
He was like, yeah, better beef, better beef. I was like, that's like,
right.
oh, but you already know Bivol is a straight L. So, you know what I mean? You already know that. You stand a better chance with better beef because he's a bit older and he don't really move around too much. You know what I'm saying? He's more of a knockout puncher. So yeah, better beef. I was like, but even that could be promoted as something like a Joe Smith, the USA guy, the hardworking construction guy versus the Ruski. Bob Arum is from the Cold War era. He can promote that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's like not even no unifications there. Now Better Beef gonna go fight Marcus Brown, a guy who's best known for beating a lot of chicks' ass. And Joe Smith, I don't know, man. Boxing, I don't know. Good thing the zone for me is still like $1.99 American a month because I don't know, and I wouldn't be paying for ESPN Plus. And everybody
Yeah,
knows I don't buy
man,
pay per views no more. Like I don't buy pay per views no more, so I'm not gonna pay for the Canelo fight.
mm,
Unfortunately, I don't buy pay per views. So, well, not that I can't no more because I don't use the same cable provider. So it's like for me right now, boxing. I don't know. All I'm saying is the zone. You don't have the $40 million. There's a lot of fights you can make. Everything boxing put up a good list, and I'm quite sure there's more you can do. And you gotta do something, man. I mean, boxing is a shot in the arm because besides the Canelo versus Plant fight, PBC ain't really give us a lot of good shit neither. They gave us the Jamel versus Castano, and that was a debacle. And then everything else has been just kind of meh.
but then it was looking hot, but like, cause we supposed to get Pacquiao and Spence, but then Spence got
Yeah,
hurt. He got hurt, and then of course we still got quote unquote Wilder and Fury bubbling. That's gonna do numbers. That's on PBC, even though a lot of us ain't interested in
nah, that's a
really.
top rank fight.
Huh?
That's mainly a top rank fight. I mean, it's co-promotion, but it's mainly a top rank. Remember, Fury is the A side now,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
so that's like
Okay.
you
All
know,
right.
so
Damn.
it's
Well, I'm glad you said that. So that means that it's
that's in
gonna
the
be
fall.
yeah, yeah. So I'm saying like this year, the fights that PBC were able to make happen, it's a good look for them. I mean, at least they done better than last year. Last year was just like, God
Yeah,
damn.
last year wasn't great. So you're right. They did try and do something better this year. Shit kind of happened, and I don't know. Like
What else though? then of course, they still got how they move in Tank. Tank is still,
Man.
you know, he's still going to attract some attention. They just bring him to San Antonio or Atlanta and shit like that, depending on, and then find a Mexican. That's what he do. So they've been trying to do their thing. It's just like when you look at compared to the other networks, whether it be the top rank ESPN or just Matchroom DAZN or whatnot, they not really doing shit either.
So I'll tell
They're
you,
not
so it's
really
like
doing
I'm
shit.
hoping like this clears up. I think it was Santos who was it Santos who did bring in the Loma fight and all that. So maybe maybe I should say maybe the fall will be better for everybody else because they've now figured out when Canelo is going to go, so they now can do something
Mhm.
more substantial. So I'm hoping for a better last quarter of the year because man, boxing has been you know yeah.
Yeah,
It's been quite disappointing this year. To this some jewels here and there of a fight, but for the most part, yeah, it's been a little bit disappointing
It's
in
not
my
even like it's not even like the fights like there aren't fights to be made. They're just not making a lot of these fucking fights. It's like wow.
yeah. Hey,
You know,
Yeah.
I want to say this too, man. To add to that, the women not even doing good this year.
nah,
Like
not at
last year,
all.
they was hot. It was hot last year for women's boxing. This year, Clarissa's in MMA.
Yo,
Um, you got this. So what's the girl? At the younger, um, with the at the lower weight class, she was undisputed, I think, before too. She won
ooh,
Serrano, I think. Like, what
Oh
are they
yeah,
doing?
Amanda Serrano. Yeah, Serrano. She moving weird is what it is. Like
really
she.
strange lady.
Women boxing
Yeah.
moving weird now. It's like it's not even hot like that no more. It's just like I can't even talk about no big fights in women's boxing coming up. Nothing.
Yeah, but
Shit dead.
Amanda Serrano's kind of been moving weird even before all this shit. Like they try to make that fight with her and Katie Taylor, and
Mm.
she acted like she wanted it, but then she went and fought some fight in South America where she didn't make nowhere near as much money as she would have made fighting Katie Taylor.
then
And yeah,
but then you
it's like
got McCaskill, right? She's acting
Yeah,
like a
just
complete diva. Like, where's this? What happened to the
Yeah, she
Warriors?
got undisputed, and that's it.
Undisputed.
Now,
Now
what she
now,
she's
trying to do
resting on.
now?
Now I'm gonna rest on my laurels. I got undisputed. Screw everybody. I'm resting on my laurels. I'm
On
the
that
it. You
TL
know what I'm
shit.
saying? Anklet promotions. You know what I'm saying? Like call outs.
at least she a
You know
female
what I mean?
though.
Legend.
True.
I mean, hey, dog. It's so the diva shit. On both sides, I guess. Men's boxing, women's boxing. They get to a certain space and they think that they don't owe the sport nothing no more. They don't owe the fans nothing. Shit like that. But yeah, both sides. This man ain't been looking at hot at all, man. I think the last big fight I seen was what I guess y'all said the McCaskill and Brackets. Was that earlier this year? Or was
That
that
was
last
earlier.
year?
I thought that was late last year, earlier this year. But then you had a lot of banter between her and Mary McGee, and now I guess she had to change her heart and she wants to fight Mary McGee, but Mary McGee's on some like, nah, don't even talk to me anymore. I don't want to fight you anymore, whatever. I think that fight should still happen, because there was a lot of words exchanged on Twitter and stuff like that. And I think it's a good story and it's a good rivalry, and they think they should go through with that fight. And I like how Mary McGee calls him McNo skill.
Oh, really?
That's kind of
Real
funny.
quick, I gotta correct
Oh,
But
myself. Well, shout out to
I
Martin
mean,
Ramos. I just want to say shout out to Martin Ramos. He corrected me. It was in the Dominican Republic where Serrano fought, not South America.
yeah, get it
oh,
yeah,
right,
nobody
there,
saw
bro.
that fight either. Like nobody saw that fight. I don't think if he was in like barely televised. You know what I mean? And if you did watch that fight, you
and she
had like
been
some channel with your fight.
Damn. Like
McCaskill
I've been
versus
seeing some footage where she been training with Jake Paul and shit. Like she more concerned about, I guess, getting that kind of attention, you know.
yeah, but before Serrano, she was like, these YouTubers, they coming here messing with the sport. Now it's like, oh look, some
Look at
attention is
Jake.
on it,
Jake works good. Jake
Yeah,
is
she
very
was
motivated and focused now.
now all of a
All with
sudden
Jake
it's all
training.
about I support Jake Paul's cause and stuff and getting better pay for all the fighters and stuff, this, that, and third. But you was talking wild crazy, before. Now it's all good because he put you down on a pay-per-view or the Showtime event that he
Hey,
got.
what if the Jake Paul fight does more buys than the Canelo fight?
It might. That dude got a lot of. I don't like him, but he got a lot of followers.
Would that make him the face of boxing, Arcon?
Yes.
Hmm?
Yeah, he undisputed by that time, bro.
Undisputed pay-per-view champ.
And at that point, they should make a damn YouTube belt and an Instagram belt. Replace the
They already did.
The Breakers versus McCaskill.
Don't play, man.
Jake Paul has a WBC sanctioned YouTube championship belt. It already exists.
It's a YouTube on there.
Yeah, it's a YouTube. That belt, that WBC belt he holds, that is a YouTube belt.
Hey, somebody asking.
You know they stole our idea. That's crazy.
That idea from us, man.
Bro, we was talking about that shit years ago. Like,
don't underestimate the greediness of that fucking fat ass Mauricio Suleiman.
Sloppy cheeseburger handprint.
Hey, remember, I'm fam for a reason. Bullshit like that.
I love that community. I'm down with that, man.
Martin Ramos says, actual facts, where is the international man fan? I asked him a question in the chat. I don't. Oh, God.
What was the question he asked? Let me see.
Hey, Martin Ramos, ask the question again. Mr. Man fan is. Oh, hold on. He says, salute to the panel. I want to know how the international man fan feels about Canelo going for undisputed, being he's his number one fan.
Oh, good question.
Oh my God! I mean, hey, look, let me tell y'all. Look, once again, God Nello, King Nello, aka Zeus Nello, is just he's proving all the haters wrong. All you PBCites, Al Haymanites, proving you're wrong once again. He crossed the street like you asked. He's doing everything that the boxing fans in the world is asking of him. What more do you want? He's fighting 3 to 4 times a year. I mean, come on, baby. He's doing it big, and y'all still being mad at Zeus Nello? Come on now. I mean, look, this get me so mad. I gotta milk my titties. Hold up.
He killed me with that God Nello.
You got this man so charged up, he's lactating now.
Look, Plant ain't got nothing for Zeus Nello. He's gonna knock him out. I mean, come on, Caleb Plant. Come on, look at the whole marquee. Caleb Plant, Canelo. That's not even a matchup, man. I mean, this is gonna be a pure showcase fight for Canelo, and you're gonna see a masterclass ass whooping that he's gonna put on his Plant. Plant's gonna be in there for like 6 rounds, and he's gonna win away and dry up. He's gonna run out of water, and the sun, the beam of light that is Canelo, the boxing, is gonna dry that bitch out. You know what I'm saying? Dead plants everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Come on now, on baby. Damn. And then we're gonna have to throw Caleb Plant in the dumpster so he could get decomposed and make compost out of him in dumpster truck juice. On real, on baby.
And that was the international man fan or correspondent.
That's hilarious.
That's it.
Wow.
Did you get your answer?
Right.
But I'm saying though,
like this,
we
Plant down
to the fall schedule for all these other guys.
But get uprooted, Red.
You ain't gonna get uprooted. Go ahead, Colin. My bad.
Now we just looking out for the fall schedule for all these broadcasters. Now get your fingers out your ass. It's time. The McCaskill 2 fight and Breakers 2 fight was this year in March. I think early in the year the zone had some good solid card. The Canelo fight, they had the Chocolate Tito versus Estrada fight. They were pretty early in the year. So and then shit just fell off. Right?
Yeah, it did.
That's the problem. Shit just kind of fell off because I think they were also going through whatever issues with Eddie Hearn and Sky Sports and all of that, all of this. So shit just kind of fell off. Top rank now, Canelo's schedule. Let's get it done. Let's get some good fights. All right. Teofimo and Cambosis. Yesterday, IOTBA had his live and he had on this dude who this dude called Joseph or whatever. And he was getting pissed off at Haplo because he's convinced that the De La Hoya Triller fight gonna do almost 1 million buys. It's gonna do 800,000 to 1 million buys. People love Oscar, so this dude is mad at Haplo because Haplo said you're wrong. Nobody buying that shit. What's wrong with you?
I can't
like-
hear. You
like-
know how Haplo does.
It's like,
Hey, what was the dude's name and how was he saying his name, bro? You know how Haplo do.
Joseph.
No, Haplo's in the chat. He wasn't on the panel. I don't think ITB allowed him on the panel.
Oh, he was
Oh.
getting mad from he was making him
Yeah,
mad from the
Bro,
chat.
you gotta watch the live. This dude was getting pissed because people would disagree. Aobs was there. Aobs just sitting in the chat, bro. Aobs was there. Me, Aobs, and Haplo was like, this dude don't know what he's talking. He's like, you know who I am, what I've done in boxing. I've been a ring announcer, a judge. Ask Bob Arum about me. Ask so and so about me. You don't know what you're talking. I'm like, so because you know a few people, people can't say you're wrong. He was pissed. Anyway, he was like, Triller is a mainstream platform. I was like, Triller can't even cobble together a goddamn Cambosis fight. What are you talking about? Triller still, don't they still owe Mike Tyson money?
They
Right?
fucking overpaid.
Look,
They
let
overpaid
me
for a
tell
fight nobody want to see.
Let me tell you
Stupid.
something. I know the Saddam Hussein. I know the Shah of Iran. I know the Hulk Hogan, and I know the half of the damn WWE before it was WWE. Nobody gives a flying fuck. Who do you fucking know? You know what? I break your back upon my knee like so. Okay, Jabroni.
I thought I was gonna be able to keep myself off mute, but he got me laughing.
Bro.
You gotta make them humble, man. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe I said he was bragging about working in boxing, but
You gotta listen to that.
Right.
IOTBA was like, bro, that fight ain't gonna do nothing, man. What you talking about?
Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's just an opinion.
Bro,
Like-
he was getting pissed.
He sounds like another. I hate to say this, but it sounds like another JFL type dude because boxing algorithm. He said he was in Puerto Rico at the Danny Garcia fight where he fought Herrera, and he all he said was the people in Puerto Rico were booing Danny Garcia, and he said that JFL went off on him. It's like, bro, he was there. Like, and that's not even an opinion thing. Like, if he was there and he's saying, hey, they were booing him, like, you can't get mad at him for saying what he saw. You can't get mad at Haplo for saying, I don't think it's going to do all that good in pay-per-view buys.
Let me correct that real quick, all right? Because that wasn't a boo noise. That was a modified coquille sound. You know what I'm saying? It was boo boo, boo boo, boo boo.
For those of y'all who don't know, the coquille is a certain frog. It's a frog that they have over there in Puerto Rico.
And how many frogs do they have? Shit. The way it
They
sounds.
got a lot of them. It's like it's a specific
all over the
species.
You know, it was boo boo, boo boo. That's what sound.
See, I find it especially funny because I get the context. Like, if you go to Puerto Rico, all right, a lot of the merchandise, like, you know, when you go to different states, it's like you go to Texas, there's a bunch of especially around the airports. You see like the Texas T-shirts, like they sell to tourists over in Puerto Rico. They got a lot of merchandise with this frog on it because that frog, as far as I know, is indigenous to Puerto Rico, and that specific species is not found anywhere else in the world. But this is a modified cookie. That shit is hilarious.
Hey, do the noise again, actually.
Oh, I think he's showing you the frog. Yeah,
Oh,
keychains.
dude, crazy, man.
Bro,
So JFL was right. Boxing
bro,
algorithm should have been
listen.
talking on that.
Let me tell you something. I say that to say, you know, what I mean, what the fuck? Yeah, the guy Joseph. He
Dude.
was on. He was getting pissed at Haplo because Haplo was saying like Triller is a mainstream platform, and he's like it's gonna do big numbers. So maybe we could see Triller gonna do big things in the fall, right? When is that fight supposed to be? Oscar versus Vitor. Because now we obviously looking at what's next. No. Canelo has been announced, so Oscar versus Vitor is also a conversation piece. Oscar De La Hoya versus Vitor Belfort. Let me see. That's gonna be on. God damn it. IOTBA told dude that the only thing young people know Oscar for is shoving shit up his ass and doing cocaine. That's like, God damn.
Hey, but I do think that there will be. I think it'll at least be a moderate success because there's a lot of people on that card, and it's not just boxing. If I'm not mistaken, well, I know Tito Ortiz is on there, but if I'm not mistaken, he's fighting Anderson Silva. Then you got David Hay, he's making his return, and is going to be on that card as well. So although it may not do what that guy thinks it's going to do, I do think it'll do moderately well because you got the David Hay fans who'll pay for it. You got the De La Hoya fans who'll pay for it. Then you got Tito Ortiz is like very well known in MMA, and everybody knows Anderson Silva. So I think it'll do okay.
Bro, what if Oscar De La Hoya outsell Canelo? Oh, the guy
That'd be
said,
crazy.
Hell nah, it's over with. De
yo,
La Hoya, he'll go off.
the guy said, if Oscar does big numbers, Oscar can tell the zone to F off and take his whole platform, his whole stable over to Triller and featuring Golden Boy over there. So all Ahab's asked was, how is Oscar doing good translate to his fighters? His fighters now can't sell nothing. So what? So if Oscar does well, how does that trickle down to his fighters? Oh, he got pissed. Ahab's don't know shit. All this. But anyway.
Yeah, and like I said, you heard all the other names I mentioned that are on that same card. He can't even say it, you can't even say that Oscar's going to be carrying the card. You know what I'm saying? If it was Oscar's fight and then a bunch of his low, when I say lower level, I'm not talking about their skill. I'm talking about like their marketability or where they're at right now as far as being a star. If if it was his fight and then a bunch of those guys from Golden Boy, I I think it would not do that well. The only so whatever success they do have with that card, you can't even put it all on Oscar because you can't say that nobody's tuning in to watch Anderson Silva or Tito Ortiz or David Hay.
This fight's on the 11th of September. But anyway,
Hey, it's gonna be like a in the future. Like, say if he do good numbers, cause y'all gonna say like, how does it translate to his fighters? I think you said that, Arcone. He could just fight on the same card. He'll be the main event and have like Ryan on the undercard, co-main event, and then like Virgil or somebody, man, and it just be a full Golden Boy promotion, man, with Oscar fighting and shit.
well, he better. He better. But hey, yo, I'm a cut it here. I'm gonna be back later, hopefully. If any one of y'all going live, I wouldn't mind jumping on. While I'm doing some shit.
I'm going live for lunch, man. I got an instant topic, so Y'all be looking out for that.
Cool, man. Hey, anything else y'all want to say? Anything y'all want to
Thanks for
plug?
having me, Kong.
Have a great day, Uncle.
Yeah, man. Peace, Santos. You don't want to talk about your cookies and
Look, I
your
just
truck
want to say
service?
one more thing. Look, baby. It's all good. We got Swift promotions. You know what I'm saying? We doing it big. We getting into trucking too. You know what I'm saying? Swift. Wait a minute, that's already a company. But anyway, we got Swift promotions. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? And 154. Here we come. We're gonna get that kangaroo Tim Zoo. We're gonna get the Charlos. We're gonna get the Castanos. Everybody at 154 is the bar, baby. Y'all watch out, baby. Daddy's coming back. All right, 154 is ours, baby. Undisputed. You're gonna see. All right. Thanks for having me, Kong. My bro. Peace out.
Peace out. Peace out. Hey, peace to everybody in the chat for coming through. Toby Bartlett, Laron came through Uli X Games. Aobs as usual. Matt Ramos was in here. Champ Ross came through for a quick minute. Ronald Finkley, what's up, bro? Who else? Gooner season. Hey, bro, if this is Gooner as in Arsenal, y'all getting y'all asses whooped. What the F is going on? Y'all need to resurrect. Y'all need to get a Wayback Machine and get Thierry Henry and Dennis Bergkamp and these people to play for y'all team again, because Arsenal ain't shit. Rodnell, what up, King? Fula Sports, what's up? Hey, Fula Sports, you still there? Is Fula meaning Fulani Sports? I see you got the cow and everything, so I might be wrong. My bad. BM Boxing News was here. Black and Brown stepped through for a quick second. Yeah, man. H Money was here. Red Glove. Hey, peace to everybody, man. Y'all have a nice day. Exactly, Ulieskin. They need to get Anelka and these people back, because didn't some no-name team beat them? Brentford or Brentwood? Isn't that where Eddie Hearn lives? Jesus. Anyway, y'all be easy, man. Peace.